In this demonstration, we'll be reviewing the IBM Cloud Pack capabilities within Flexera One. What is an IBM Cloud Pack? IBM Cloud Pack are suites of IBM products that provide solutions to solve client needs. Cloud Packs are primarily intended to be deployed on Kubernetes orchestrated container platforms. However, Cloud Packs can also be deployed on traditional virtualization environments or as a hybrid deployment that spans both environments. Each product in the Cloud Pack is licensed individually at a separate licensing ratio. The product ratio determines how many Cloud Packs are needed for deployment of each product. The license requirements for the Cloud Pack is the total of all the converted license requirements for each deployed product in the Cloud Pack. Some of the areas we'll be demonstrating are building a Cloud Pack license record in Flexera One, reviewing unique license properties for Cloud Pack licenses in Flexera One, reviewing the consumption-based on product using the designated ratio for each product, walking through setting the Cloud Pack evidence used for container consumption, and a brief overview of the data flow for Kubernetes orchestrated container platforms. Let's get started. Our first item is creating a Cloud Pack license. I have a Cloud Pack purchase here, unprocessed purchase, and it's for IBM Cloud Pack for integration. I do have a recognized SKU number. A recognized SKU number goes a long way in setting up a Cloud Pack license for you, for the simple reason is that our content library can build out this complex Cloud Pack license just by you clicking accept. And I'm going to do that in my demonstration here. I'm going to click accept on our Cloud Pack license. We're going to let that process. I'm going to navigate to my licenses, all licenses. And you can see our IBM Cloud Pack for integration virtual processor core license was created. We had 15 purchased. No consumption as of yet because the reconciliation hasn't run. Let's just briefly open up this and take a look at some of the unique properties within this Cloud Pack license. If we navigate to the Use Rights and Rules tab, you will notice there's a grid at the top and there are many primary products. That means each of these products are part of the Cloud Pack. As you can see over in the summary of use rights, each one of these have very specific ratios included. Can consume 4 VPCs for each one Cloud Pack license. And so each one of these products can have a different ratio that will make up your consumption. Once we do a reconcile here, we will review the consumption of this Cloud Pack license. So I'm going to navigate to Data Collection, Reconcile, and I am going to start a reconciliation. Now that our reconcile is complete, let's take a look at the results. On our Cloud Pack for integration license now, we do have consumption of 16. Let's open that up and look at that consumption breakdown. If we navigate to the consumption tab of the license, you will notice that each product and the devices consuming that product is listed below there. In this case, API Connect, there's a VM7 where there is an installation of 4 cores. And that 4 cores would be the total of the installations for that product. And so that 4 would end up being the consumption, assuming the ratio is 1-to-1. Let's verify that the ratio for API Connect is 1-to-1. We can go do that by looking at the Identification tab, or the Use Rights tab, and you can see API Connect can consume 1 Cloud Pack license per each VPC, and so that is a 1-to-1 ratio. The next one we'll look at is the API Connect for non-production, and that can consume 1 Cloud Pack license per every 2 virtual processor cores. So let's go take a look at that on our Consumption tab. As you can see, our API Connect product for non-production is here. And I have VM7, but it's on E2. And it has 4 cores. And as you can see, that those 4 cores is only consuming 2 Cloud Pack licenses because it only consumes 1 Cloud Pack license per every 2 vCores. So you can see that those ratios are working, and that works across all of the products and all of the installs for the items in your Cloud Pack. That consumption is totaled, and that becomes your Cloud Pack license consumption on your Compliance tab. As you can see, 16. Want to point out one other tab here, and that is this Cloud Pack tab. If you are bringing in inventory from containers, you do want to make sure that you add the appropriate Cloud Pack here for the container inventory. In this case, this is Cloud Pack for integration. You could select that and add that Cloud Pack for integration. And that would make sure the inventory coming in from the IBM license server makes it to its appropriate license. Next, I want to talk a little bit about how that container data gets to Flexera One. I've got a diagram on the screen here. As you can see, I have our OpenShift and Kubernetes clusters here. And on those clusters, each one would have multiple applications hosted in containers. And each one of those containers must have an annotation on that stating what is that product. It would be a product ID. You can see the Cloud Pack ID as well, and some additional information that you can get from IBM's licensing site. This is very important. This is how the consumption gets recognized within Flexera One. The IBM license service is running on these clusters, and that IBM license service is what reads those annotations and provides that back to Flexera One as evidence for application recognition. These also have a Kubernetes agent on there where we will have the various hardware details for the cluster as well. That becomes container inventory. That evidence from the application and the container inventory meet up at the Cloud Pack license, and that's how the consumption gets to Cloud Pack. As you can see in our application library, you can see these product IDs matching, and that's how we know what products are installed in which container is based on the annotations that were added, and that is provided by the IBM license service. That concludes our IBM Cloud Pack demonstration.